Good morning, Mr. Rich Nelson with Allendale. Special update for us here on June 12th, 2024. USDA's monthly supply demand report was out here today, and keep in mind here they often do not make large changes on this specific report, and that certainly was the case here today as well. As for the corn balance sheet on the U.S. side, well, no change in any of the numbers here. Old crop still 2.022 billion bushels. New crop, 2.102 billion bushels. So no change in old crop demand, no change in acres or in yields, which is quite normal for this specific report. As far as the corn side on the world balance sheet, well, as far as Brazil side, no change there, 122 million tons, so they did not lower them there. And the Argentina crop at 53 million tons. Looking over at one hot button area here as far as China, no discussions as far as changing numbers there. Over on the new crop side, looks like USDA did not really make any large changes to general corn production across the world compared to last month's report. And they also left China's new crop numbers unchanged as well. Moving over to soybeans, where there has been a discussion about some lagging demand, specifically with exports. Looks like USDA only recognized a small part of this discussion here. Old crop exports rising just very lightly to 350 million bushels. New crop, in this case, also adding 10. So that was just simply from the discussion on higher beginning stocks. All new crop numbers were left unchanged here for the most part. So ending stocks rising from 445 to now 455 million bushels simply from the old crop change. As far as the old crop, or as far as the discussion on the world side, looks like Brazil left unchanged there, 153 million tons. So they did not lower them. The trade did expect about a 2 million ton drop. Argentina was left unchanged as well at 50 million tons. Chinese numbers, nothing which really stands out there as far as any changes. On the new crop balance sheet here for other world people beyond the U.S., Argentina or Brazil, looks like no major changes there either. And also they left the Chinese new crop numbers unchanged. Moving over to the wheat side of things, as far as old crop, that was posted at 688, so unchanged for the old crop numbers. Keep in mind the wheat marketing year ended May 31st. We'll get a revision for old crop stocks on the June 28th quarterly grain stocks report. As far as new crop numbers, well, production was raised. Last month was 1.858 billion bushels, and they added almost 20 million bushels, now 1.875. That was quite close to the trade expectation of 1.880. So overall, light raise in this production number, no major surprise on that one, though. And as far as new crop stocks, they were actually lowered from 766 to 758. So while USDA did add to production, they did recognize and they did revise their export numbers by 25 million bushels. So a net decline in stocks, even though there was a production change. So a little positive news there for wheat. As far as the wheat balance sheet, a lot of us have been looking at the world numbers. So let's kind of discuss these real quickly. Russia's crop was lowered from 88 to now 83 million tons. That was pretty aggressive for USDA for 1 month, but I think most people would say it was reasonable. The Ukraine crop in this case was lowered by 1.5 million tons, now 19.5. And keep in mind, as far as other world competitors, no changes on these numbers really speak of. A minor 500,000 ton increase for Argentina. So overall for this report, USDA really passed the buck on a lot of these numbers. Certainly they passed the buck on corn. They only recognized a very small part of the demand concerns for old crop soybeans, and we would certainly suggest there's further revisions lower for exports and certainly higher ending stocks still coming down the pipeline. And as far as wheat goes, the wheat production number was pretty much on the target expectation. And as far as the stocks, well, a net decline despite higher production, maybe a slightly higher bias with this discussion. So USDA passed the buck on this report. We still have the end of the month acreage numbers as well as the new quarterly grain stocks report. And certainly these months ahead will have a lot of discussion regarding changing yields. Any questions about this report, how to trade or how to market in this environment, give Allendale a call, 1-800-262-7538.